Okay, let's try this again, guys. We are in game number 1 of our Losers Bracket series here at the third qualifier for the Banshee Cup. And yes, normally we got a draft here, but this time we don't. And you might remember that we had a similar situation last week already, where the first draft was missing, not because I casted the games from replays, this is all live, but because one of the players in a different series didn't wake up. And it's the same thing again this week. Nano didn't wake up apparently, he was not alone. So while yesterday we had 2 Nanos, today we have no Nano, and therefore we're jumping into a different series. We now have the Kotick fan club in the first round going up against Team Noname. We'll skip the introductions therefore, and well, do we have a first kill? The Dark Wolf on Murden is jumping out just in time. It's quite interesting. So initially I was supposed to cast a different series. Nano didn't show up and 2 other players of the Raiders apparently also didn't make it in time, so they forfeited their series. Thankfully, this match hadn't started yet at the time. They were just in the draft, so after the draft was over, they quickly jumped out, allowed me and some others to come in, and we can cast game number 1 in the entire series. Now, Team Noname on the right in red is technically called Names Are Overrated, but as you can imagine, that's a little bit too long for my scoreboard, so Team Noname it is. And they are trying to make a name for themselves in this tournament, I suppose. We have them with the Vikings. It's been a hot minute since I've seen Vikings on Shire. So, yeah, the good old days with Lucifron and Vortex when they were playing that. Also with Shat on Shire at the top lane Vikings, proxying waves. And the Vikings are already getting a little bit farmed here, but we not only have the Vikings being played, in addition to that, we're also looking at Nezebo, played by Jean Lassalle here, as we have Nagrom again back on the damage with Hanzo. Malganir, of course, is playing Nubarak as the main tank, Ixir on Uther, and on the side of their opponents, on the side of Team Noname, we got no feet today on Falstad. We'll see about that. Mr. Tycho's playing Stukov, Madron on Chromie, and they get a Dragon Knight. The Vikings control the top lane. They lock in the bottom of the map, and just like that, the red team gets the first objective in this match and is starting to pull ahead slightly. So, good start. We haven't seen a single kill yet, but we could see it now, and we do, because Nezebo gets wrecked. So, with Nezebo gone, we're now having not only a Dragon Knight wreaking havoc in the middle, but we also have at the bottom of the map another push being set up by them. And yep, things are not looking too shabby. It's a pretty interesting development that we're currently getting here. And after I've been praising the Kotick fan club quite a bit throughout the last tournament for some super entertaining matches that they delivered, and also the run they had in this qualifier, we're now having them a bit on the back foot, don't we? Because Team Noname is out to try and take them down in game number 1 already to set themselves up for a bit of a losers bracket run here in the third qualifier for the Banshee Cup. And at least up to now, things are going well. So Vikings are still harassing the top. Different build, by the way, for the Vikings now too. So if you're looking at what's being played here by Dark Prelates, what? Yeah, whatever. Is going into a Balog build. Explosive attacks and pain don't hurt. So if you're focusing very heavily into Balog, you can just pressure out the side lane. Can do a fantastic job on that early on in the game, and then later on too, you have nice wave clear. Of course, he will still go into Olaf's Largen and charge later on. But, oh, Nagrom, no, nearly murdered here. It is Stukov that falls, though. Stukov gets eliminated, so he's gone. He might not be the only one. No feet today is dead. I knew he was lying. That name immediately made me suspicious. But, yep, first death for Falstad. So back into the KFC bucket, as we're going to get some fresh chicken. But level 7 kicking in for both of the teams now. The camp was still claimed by the red team. It's kind of funny that even with the spell aura being around there, they still lost that fight then. But as is, the top lane and pressure gets piled on. We have on top of that now also a situation where the blue team is trying to respond in kind at the bottom of the map. Their goal, or one of their goals, is obviously also to properly stack Nezebo here and do his best to get him into a great position for the late game. With Stukov being killed here once again, this is starting to look a little bit better for the French team. Allez le bleu! This time they find themselves on the right side of the map. So yeah, the blue team with a few more kills. Nazeebo is still continuing to stack here, sitting at 50 for his baseline. It's obviously all about the viral infection later on in the game. And since they now just got the bruiser camp, they can now use it to barrel through that bot lane. Maybe take that wall out. They'll at least try. While in the meantime, the Vikings are doing their best to control the top of the map. Particularly, of course, the Shrine. And maybe at some point sneak away another Dragon Knight. But yeah, a little fight in the middle as Falsa gets attacked again. Going up against Nagrom. And Nagrom, he gets the kill. Falstad goes down once again. He got so close to take down Hanzo, but Nagrom just had the damage and got the assist too. So that's not only a level lead, but 4 kill advantage for the blue team. The Banshees at the top, still doing their thing with the Haka, and now that we have both of the shrines under the control of the Bobby Kotick fan club, they're gonna get a Dragonite. Dragonite, was he here the entire time? Could they have interrupted this? Did they just blank? I had the feeling that he was in range already, or did he just move in from the bot lane? Kind of suspicious. Either way, Chromie is now down 2, so the Bobby Kotick fan club definitely playing to their strengths again after a bit of a shaky early game where they gave up a Dragon Knight very quickly. So right now they have not only heroic abilities, they have a DK in the middle, they're pushing through the bot lane, and with not only Gary the Gargantuan but also an aggressive Divine Storm on Uther, they are definitely going to look to take some structures out here. In the middle, the fort already gets dropped. That's 6 minutes into the game, and down at the bottom of the map we are seeing a second fort fall, so that is just an absolutely spectacular start into the game now, after the initial Dragon Knight was stolen away by Team Noname. Now, if the red team can come back, that's to be seen, but they really have to leverage the Vikings for that, and at the top side, they're already trying to control this against the Haka, but it's starting to get a bit more dicey. We now have, at the same time, with heroics for both teams, Mighty Gust, we get the shove in here. But I still want to see Uther go in with the Divine Storm, as they're now stealing the Siege Giants down at the bottom of the map. Bot side, yeah, 6 kills to 1 with a 1/2 level lead. They're sieging up with 2 sets of Siege Giants even. And Chromie is basically the only one right now that's trying to do something about it. Nazeebo is now coming in too with Spider build. There's the Divine Storm. And the arrow from Hanzo as Malganir turns around with a quick stun and sets it up for Hanzo to get the damage connected. Mirrodin is gone. And that is the bottom wall and maybe more. I mean, how much can they get here? The Haka isn't even here, but those Siege Giants are still alive and kicking. And they are trying to take out that bottom keep. And again, we're only 7.5 minutes into the game. By now, we get the Superstition for Nazeebo, and the keep is gone. There's no chance to save this one. Keep's gone. That one's eliminated. And that is, I mean, again, like, how much better can you get? You're not even 10 minutes into the game and you've taken the bot lane keep out. There's only 1 fort remaining for your opponent. Team Noname is having a pretty tough match ahead here. I've been talking about how the blue team has been doing exceptionally well in this third qualifier. Yes, eventually they ended up in the lower bracket, but still they are proving once more that they are one of the teams that is aiming for the playoffs, that wants to go to the playoffs. And if they keep participating in these qualifiers, then I think they are going to accomplish at a minimum that. And I would love to see them with a good playoff run as well. But again, we're obviously jumping a bit ahead of ourselves here. Either way, Team Noname currently trying to somehow stabilize. They're now 2 levels behind, and that doesn't make things easier for them in the slightest. Olaf going down at the top, and down here it's a quick cocoon. Again, okay, that burrow charge didn't really do anything for Malganir. He got just excited and wanted to press some buttons from the looks of it. But they were attempting initially to force a fight with Cocoon, I suppose. Now in the meantime, there's a double control. And Malganir is trying to get the DK a little bit early. Don't have to jump in this quickly. Ooh, big arrow, big arrow, big arrow! And yeah, they stun out Falstad, but they can't get the kill. They're taking Mirrodin on though. And now 1 stun, 2 stun, no feed. Fly, baby, fly! Just fly, just fly. Don't run, fly. And he makes it out. Alright, no chicken. Yeah, topside gets also pressured. We got bruisers in, so they are doing some work here. And now at the top, once again, one shrine already taken. They could easily now move down to the bottom of the map and go for another Dragonite, and they really should. They are about to hit level 16. We're now 10 minutes into the game. The only question that I have is what do you do at this point with level 16? Do you go for core, or do you just try to take another major structure out? Because I'm not 100% certain that they can really go for core this early on. The Dragonite is not that strong yet, death timers are low, so unless you're really going for a big team fight and are able to get multiple kills, it's going to be a bit tricky. Now they don't have the DK yet either, that's still being contested, but level 16 is going to help them. There's another camp now down at the bot lane, together with one catapult after another. I mean, they're really messing up there. So, yep, top side gets retaken by Chromie. And yeah, there's another arrow against Muradin from Hanzo. Gust from Falstead though, out of nowhere. Okay, kind of like it. With that, they are saving Muradin. And in the meantime, we now have in the mid lane still a couple of the heroes being around. Falstead gets one stun and he's going to be hit by the entire chain and goes down. Yeah, that positioning was maybe a little bit questionable, but with Falstead gone, that's of course bad news. Vikings are still trying to hold the bot lane, but now Chromie is down, Stukov is dead, and Muradin is getting murdered too. That is indeed a Dragonite, 100%. I guess maybe Eric could have gone to the top, but this is obviously nitpicking and would most likely not have made a difference. With Jean Lassalle being angry at the bot lane already and doing his thing here right at the core, there's no doubt how this push is going to end. That is game. A 1-0 lead with 14 kills to 1 as we have the Bobby Kotick fan club doing their thing here. I like it. A nice and quick game from the French team as they are taking the core and glory and win Shire against Team Noname. GG. Well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
For game number 2, we're actually getting a draft. Tomb of the Spider Queen. So the first game was a little bit of a speedrun, I'd say. Now we're going into map number 2. And we'll see if Team Noname can force game number 3 or if the Bobby Kotick fan club is now going to kick them out of the tournament. But yeah, I just have to reiterate what we said earlier. It is amazing to me that Nano is now just once again asleep and that the Raiders had to actually forfeit their match. That's crazy. This is qualifier 3. So this is now the 3rd week in a row that we're doing the same thing. We're starting Saturday and Sunday at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and even after 3 weeks of that, there are still some players that just oversleep, and apparently there's been a general thing with Nano for a long time. Immediately when Sven from the Raiders was talking about it in the other series, Menaldor came in and said like, yeah, it was the same when I was playing with him. We actually went so far that we were thinking about getting some kind of remote controlled alarm clock so they can wake him up. In my book, that's called a phone. So, unless he's just putting it consistently on mute, I think a phone call would suffice. But, yeah, Sven has been trying to do exactly that, and it didn't work. So, what they need is the phone number of Nano's mother. That's what they need. Maybe that's overkill, but yeah, I would go for that. First I was trying to say, okay, they need the phone number of Nano's girlfriend. Then I realized we're talking about gamers here. He doesn't have one! Okay. Dumb joke again. Nerd jokes all around. So yeah, we're gonna go for the basement variation instead. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know Nano personally. So, Tomb of the Spider Queen, we have our bands kicking in, and well, let's see if Team Noname can bring that back. The strategy with the Vikings didn't quite work out for them on Shire. So now we're gonna look at first pick, and it's Diablo. Okay, the OG bully. We're getting Diablo once again. I find these mariachi, whatever, these Mexican bullfight thingy festival skins kind of strange. Especially for Diablo. Like, I don't think... it doesn't really vibe properly with me. Now that I'm looking at Diablo, I think a lot of the Diablo skins are all not that great. Fight time! Shut up. Brightwing! Okay, we got the fruit fly. Burn it. Burn it before it lays eggs! Brightwing is in the game. We get Jojo as well for Tomb. This is the map where I could have seen a Zebo as well. They're gonna regret that they picked him in game number 1. They could just like Nazebo it up all day, every day right now. But let's see. Are we getting Probius? This is a game I would expect Probius. Ixia, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? This seemed like the perfect opportunity to go for Probius. You've played it before, multiple times. You played it on Tomb. It's not banned. You're going up against an opponent where you have a 1-0 lead and you're the favorites. What more do you want, my friend? What more do you want? It's sad. Then again, maybe, just maybe, they're trying to bait them a little bit. Pick Lucio early, shift the support to someone else, pick Probius later. IQ 200. Just wait for him picking Probius, yeah. It's going to happen. So. Well, final ban. I want to see what No Fee today takes. Oh, he's captain. He's the one drafting for them as well. I didn't know. But yeah, I'm a little bit... unfortunately, we can't get the full name onto the board. Names are overrated. I actually kind of agree. But yeah, we have Team Noname now. So yeah. But okay, anyways. I kind of still want to have Probius here. Not quite sure if I'm going to get it. But also, with Vikings and Dragonshire, I'm curious if Team Noname is willing to throw another curveball. Ooh, we get Tychus and we get Tracer. Okay. Didn't necessarily expect Tychus to be played here. Junkrat has not made an appearance. Right? He's not banned. He wasn't played in the first game. Great hero for Tomb of Spider Queen. Usually someone that we always get to see here. Not so much in this game. Unless, of course, the fan club is now taking it. So they... Probius and Junkrat? Is that what we're gonna get from them? Ah, come on! Ixia! I'm disappointed. It's like, no. Just no. You could have done it. You wanted to do it. Who's drafting for them? Virtual is drafting for them. Virtual is probably the one that just like said, no, you're not gonna get it. Well, he actually said no. Same thing. But yeah. Ragnaros, okay, we get Raggy in the game, baby Ragnaros in the house, hopefully. Tomb of the Spider Queen, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 in the best of 3 series. We have Team Noname going up against the Bobby Kotick fan club. The fan club is in the lead as we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. We have Virtual on Leoric, Ixia on Lucio, Malganir. Ooh, they are swapping. Malganir's playing Cassia now, and Nagrom finds himself in the tank position playing Diablo. Jean Lassalle is rocking Jaina. And on the right side of the map, Team Noname with the Dark Wolf on Joanna. Mr. Tychus playing Brightwing. We got the Dark Prelatus on Ragnaros going into Sulphurous Hungers. Madron on Tychus and No Fee today with Tracer. Alright, let's go. El Pollo Diablo. Das Teufelshühnchen. Diablo there at the front. Every single time I see Diablo, I have to think about Monkey Island. Ah, such a great series. But okay, as we are heading into our first fight, we have Ossin's Renewal for Leoric. This is of course the chance for the fan club to make this a quick 2-0 and move on to the next round, where the Space Goofers are already waiting, or the way that it's called in French, like Zins le Space, de le Space. Something like that, so yeah. Apparently like an old French cartoon. That probably was translated as well, but I didn't really ring a bell, so yeah, I don't really know what that is. But either way, X-Ray is playing on that team, a couple of others too, so it's kind of nice to see that happening, and then some of them coming back for the tournament here. No Fee today, needs a bit of an assist, and he gets it. Brightwing is immediately there to the rescue, helping out. Pleb Horse! Ah, so many disappointments today. First I was disappointed in Nano, now I'm disappointed in Ixia because he didn't take Probius. Now we're getting a Pleb Horse. What is happening? Okay. Dark Wolf, yeah, and that's a kill. Jojo is gone. Well done. Ixia just sliding around here, locking kills in for the team. That is also first blood in the game, as we have Tychus being followed up at the top. And down to the bottom of the map, Ragnaros. No baby Rag skin either. But again, Ragnaros, at least in the game, and are starting to rock it up here. Now, the question is, of course, what we're going to get as the heroic ability. Normally, I would advocate for the Smashy Smash thing. But at the same time, I'm looking at what they have, and I expect more of a stun setup so that we can follow up on that. I mean, maybe with the Blessed Shield of Johanna and then Brightwing coming in, they can pull that off, but we'll see. We're now getting Catching Fire on level 4, and we have the bigger they are against Diablo, as they're going to try to take down Nagrom peck or two. Yeah, and of course, we get the Ghastly Reach for Leoric. They are going for camps, both teams do, but seems like somebody's getting caught here. Jojo eats some damage, not too much, but I have to admit... Ooh. That is a very early and unexpected trade from Ragnaros. Okay, they're gonna try and use it to take the camp out. I was more so looking to see if they are saving that for the first objective from the blue team. But nope, they're going for the mercenary camp, and they're trying to push through the mid lane, do a little bit of work here. And Dark Wolf gets drained by Leoric and gets fully swamped. I mean, they're just going for a good old Warcraft 3 surround at this point. Brightwing to the rescue once again, comes in with a quick heal. And Jojo is able to get away. But Ragnaros has now used his trade and then fallen back down to the bottom of the map to continue his party against Leoric. Whereas all the way up towards the top side, Jojo still trying to get some additional wave clear through too. The turn-ins are slowly coming, and gems are being handed in by particularly the blue team, as the Frenchies are trying to get to the first wave in the game. Ixia is a little bit low, so is Tracer though, and is still getting out. Okay, so Tracer's able to get out of this one. We still have a slightly inexperience for the French team, and they have 29 gems turned in, which is probably the more important part in this context. Now, with that done, we have on level 7 also Malevolence for Diablo and the Ice Flurs over here. But these fights in the mid lane, they just keep continuing, and the red team is always trying to look for a kill here, but so far the blue team has really done an amazing job just keeping it insanely tight. Nagrom on Diablo also looking strong. They're setting this up at the bottom of the map against Ragnaros for a second, who has not moved over. The turn-in now completed. And I'm not even sure if the red team was able to turn a single gem in, so this is always tricky if you're not able to deliver any of them. Then you're just prone to, well, play a little more defensive unless you're willing to lose the gems, and that of course could be a total disaster. So right now, we're having a bit of a situation where the Web Weavers... And this could be bad. Web Weavers alone are already rough, but if you are now in danger of losing some heroes that are holding gems, that's a massive, massive problem. But yeah, either way, with that said and done, we're now looking at the top fort about to eat the first bit of damage. The wall is already nearly destroyed. Ragnaros has his trade back up and is using it at the bottom of the map. But I would say somebody is in trouble here. I was actually expecting them to try and go for him immediately, but he alone won't be able to hold this. Malgadia and Virtual are both pushing, so this bot lane fort is likely going to get destroyed. Top side has been defended, but Ragnaros is just falling back, and the fan club is getting real value. They're destroying the first fort with objective number 1, looking strong there. Bit of a fight happening now in the middle of the map as the blue team was pressuring for the 2 remaining towers in the mid lane. But that's a 1-level lead, and also in addition to that, they're gonna hit the early level 10, might even be able to get a second turn in on the back of it. And they still have 37 gems. 76 in the hands of Team Noname, so that's a problem. And yeah, here comes the little move. They're trying to turn in. The problem is they won't be able to once level 10 is being hit. And if the blue team is diligent, just picks up these gems on the lane, they can very likely go for 2 turn-ins in a row and try and snowball all of this even further. Now Madron is trying to turn in. Ixia is having absolutely none of it. Here comes Apocalypse. We're getting Entomb and Ring of Frost. Plus also, in addition to that, the bubble, sound barrier for Lucio. And that is really dangerous now, because they're insanely close to turn-in number 2. And they're just pushing, taking waves out, trying to get all of that done before the opponent hits level 10, or at least get a kill here. They're trying for the Dark Wolf, and that's a kill. That's 29 gems. No, it isn't. Brightwing. Brightwing to the rescue. Diablo missing the combo. Missing the APOC combo, but Jaina, beautiful. Beautiful ring. And that is some gems at least lost. No feed today, moved in quickly and recovered some of them. But it doesn't change the fact that they at least lost a few. But now both teams with level 10 abilities. And we get Lava Wave. Lava Wave for Ragnaros, but a great ring as you can see here. And it helped them to take some gems away from the opponent's team. Not too many. Again, Tracer to the rescue in this case. Siege Giants at the bot lane now taken. Lava Wave so far not used. Tim would be proud. Trixler would be proud at this point. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lava Wave still sucks, but Tim would absolutely love it. So, Lava Wave in the house. They're trying to turn in, and they still haven't turned in anything. Lava Wave now down at the bottom of the map. I think the timing was also spot on. He's going to hit the next minion wave. Yep, as he comes out. Wasn't too difficult here. Oh, but Tracer! Tracer goes down. No, they're gonna lose too much here. Tracer is gone, and Mr. Tycho. So many gems on him and Jojo. Jojo is the first one to fall. They try for Brightwing, who made it out of the fight. 6 kills to 0, but they still suffered at least some losses. Some of the gems are gone. 53 gems now in the hands of Ragnaros alone. So yes, he cannot die. And in the meantime, Nagrom is turning in. And with the help of Malganir, they should be able to get the second wave of the objective. Get the Web Weavers in the mix, plus the camp in the middle. There's gonna be forts that are getting destroyed now. Yeah, we're gonna have more forts that are gonna get dropped right here, right now. At the same time, 26,000 damage for Cassia. We got 19,000 for Tracer. Topside is getting pushed now too. And once again, it's the objective of Ragnaros. Little bit early maybe even, but they have to take down the mercenary camp as well. I think they will still lose the fort, but at least they can limit the damage a bit and make sure that their keep is not going to get attacked too much. So as the Web Weavers get taken apart very quickly. Nice defense thus far. They're trying again to zone them out a little bit. Oh, the APOC play from Nagrom, not that successful. And it was more of a zoning Ring of Frost than anything else. But they are zoning them indeed, and it helps them to create some space so that they can take that fort out, which means that now with the second objective, they have taken every single fort in the game. Top side, bottom, and middle have been destroyed. Tracer is gone. She gets killed. Nicely done. And in the meantime, another set of Lava Wave is being used. The one downside with Lava Wave on Tomb is, of course, what you're going to see here. That's all the gems still on the ground, and yeah. It's always a little bit awkward when you do that, because yes, you are gaining some control over the map, but you're also losing out on potential gems that you would eventually be able to gather. So it is a bit of a double-edged sword when you're playing it on this map. Now we're getting on 13, the cauterized wounds. We also have, well, a couple of the walls destroyed, particularly bot side. Gate and tower have been eliminated, opening this up for later abuse. And, well, 2-level advantage, 7 kills to 0. Things are looking pretty good for the fan club. They, of course, want to bring this to the next one. Not a single gem turned in, by the way, by Team Noname. They got enough gems for double turn-in. I mean, not for lack of trying. They tried a few times. They really need to specifically turn in with Brightwing and with Ragnaros. Those two hold an insane amount. Ragnaros is at 65. Virtual might be the first one to fall. No, he makes it out. But they need that turn-in. Brightwing delivered. She turned in 32 gems. They need more than that. They could turn in twice in a row. But now level 16 is about to kick in for the fan club. And what is the red team going to do? Are they going to accept it? Because if they are waiting for their own level 16 talent, they're going to wait for a long, long time. And, well, Jojo gets attacked and caught. They're trying to go for the hit. The apocalypse is in. Brightwing with a save. Now they're both in trouble. Lucio is just speeding things up. Nice blink target, but Tracer zipping away, and she's running. Oh, she's running out of charges nearly. Tracer is still alive. They saved all of them. It was a bit of a risky move, I'd say, but still, everybody is alive here. 7 kills to 0 still. And with level 16, they steal the camp away. Ragnaros with another wave at the bottom of the map as they don't want to deal with it. Was also trying to go for the trade in the middle, but was interrupted. So bad news for Rag with another Ring of Frost, and boy, that one connected. Holy shit. Big play. 4 heroes down. That one was massive. Check this out. This looked incredible. Yep, all of them going down there.
Holy shit.
Now they're going for Ragnaros. He's dead too. That's nearly 100 gems that they just lost. Jaina dies, so at least it's not a perfect game. At least they got 1 kill. To be fair, the Keep got the kill. Jaina kind of inting there. Not really inting, I mean, obviously they got a lot for it. But now it's 12 kills to 1. 32 gems have been turned in by Team Noname, but they lost everything just a second ago. Now they're fighting for it again, but they're just losing heroes. Jojo is gone, Brightwing, Tigers, they are all dead. Everybody is just getting farmed here. It's a Farmville simulator that we're talking about, with a 3-level advantage for the Bobby Cottage fan club, and the core getting slowly sieged up upon. Top side, catapults are pushing in. Now they go for Ragnaros, they drop him too. Everybody is getting murdered here, as the top fort is slowly, well, the top keep is slowly getting attacked and the core is falling. So yes, this is a lights out. We have a 2-0 victory for the blue team, a little blue, as they take down Team Noname with another 5-man team wipe, and move on to the next round of the losers bracket in qualifier number 3 of the Banshee Cup. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.